Hello.
Assalamu alaikum, Abdul. How are you? How's New York?
Well, it's great, Farida. So far, so good.
Are you sure? Because Rahman was telling me that you had some issue at the airport.
Yeah, well, I lost my baggage.
What? That's the worst. How did you manage?
Relax, Farida. It was not a hustle. All thanks to travel insurance. As soon as I realized my luggage was missing, I immediately contacted the airline and filed a report. Then I called my travel insurance provider to report the incident. They were incredibly helpful and supportive right from the start.
That's awesome. What did they do next?
They asked for all the necessary information, including my flight details, baggage claim ticket, and report from the airline. They assured me that they would start the process of reimbursement as soon as possible.
That's so reassuring. Did they cover the cost of your lost items?
Yes, they did. The travel insurance policy I had included coverage for lost baggage. So they reimbursed me for the value of my lost item.
Wow. Seems like travel insurance is quite helpful after all.
Yes, and help with lost baggage is only one of its advantages. Travel insurance also includes coverage for flight cancellation, trip delays, lost passport, medical emergencies, and whatnot.
That's fantastic. From now onwards, even I will never travel without travel insurance.
Absolutely.
You are listening to Policybazaar.ae's The Policy Project. We've got you covered.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new episode of Policybazaar.ae's The Policy Project. I'm Sid, your host of this podcast and your go-to person for all things insurance. How are you all? I hope as excited as Farida is to explore travel insurance after hearing about its immense benefits from Abdul, which is what we're going to be discussing today. And like always, we're not alone. Today, we have with us an expert who will help us all become completely well-versed with this topic, especially with Ramadan being just around the corner, followed by the Eid holidays when most of us UAE residents, we like to plan our vacations and our trips with our family and friends. So to continue this discussion further and to get into the nitty-gritties of travel insurance, please welcome Anuj Bhagia. He's the head of marketing at Policybazaar.ae. Hi Anuj, welcome to the Policy Project. It's always a delight to host you on this podcast.
Hi Siddharth, hi everyone hearing us, and good to be back. It's been a long time coming, but it's good to be back over here.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Okay, so before we dive right in, listeners, this one is for you. Policybazaar.ae is thrilled to present Winsurance, your ticket to safeguard yourself and your loved ones, all while winning exciting prizes. When you purchase any insurance policy worth 500 dirhams or more, you can qualify for our raffle draw and stand a chance to win an iPhone 15 every week, along with daily vouchers of 1,000 dirhams. So, are you ready to be a winner? Don't miss out on this excitement. Log on to Policybazaar.ae right now and seize your opportunity to win big. And just to let you know, the offer is valid only from the 5th of February to the 8th of March. Anyways, now let's get back with the travel insurance and with Anuj. So, Anuj, just to give a background to our listeners, how long have you been in the insurance industry?
So I've been in the insurance industry. So my total work experience is roughly about 17 odd years,
Right.
of which about 12 have been in the insurance industry.
Right.
So I kind of have a larger understanding of the overall retail insurance industry, as you would say, unlike the whole corporate piece.
Right.
But yeah, I understand quite decently about what the insurance kind of and the importance of buying an insurance, the right insurance is for a customer.
And that's exactly the reason why you are here today. And we'll dive straight into the UAE travel industry. How was it? We're almost 2 months down in 2024, but how was it in 2023?
So UAE has always been a favorite destination for tourists. Both Abu Dhabi, Dubai
Right.
are one of the major transit and entry ports, or as you can say, a gateway to the Europe or the states for people traveling from the Southeast Asia or India, especially.
True.
Right. So if I remember the numbers correctly, there was about a 20% growth in the annual traffic that kind of came into the UAE/Dubai, which is higher than the pre-COVID levels as well. So basically, what we are trying to say is people are taking travel back and back at how you kind of are looking at it. Plus,
Nice.
what you also need to understand is that why are people kind of doing it? Because the number of flights, the sheer number of flights
Hmm.
that are kind of operating right now
Right.
are crazy. If I have to, I was in India recently, and the number of flights flying into the UAE, that is the multiple ports, Ras Al Khaimah, Sharjah, Dubai, or Abu Dhabi,
Right.
was equivalent to the number of flying between Delhi and Bombay. So you need to
Wow.
understand that both are Delhi and Mumbai are like kind of the major cities in India,
True.
and an equal number of flights kind of coming into the UAE is a tremendous task. It's crazy.
So true. So very true. All right. So now Eid is approaching, and travelers from the UAE, they always are planning their trips with their families and friends abroad. So, with so many great places to choose from, options obviously are overwhelming. But what are some popular destinations that you would recommend?
So the fan favorite is Oman,
Okay.
hands down. The number of people traveling to Oman and the number of searches happening for Oman on the site are crazy.
Okay.
After that, kind of comes up to the top of the list is Baku,
Uh huh.
Almaty, and your other European destinations going towards from the France to the Scandinavian countries. So
Right.
these are the number of destinations that are kind of coming up on top in the travel insurance space for us.
Hmm.
And we are seeing a heavy flow of traffic kind of going towards these parts of the world.
Okay. And with the recent travel trends, are they likely to impact the insurance adoption as well?
See, yes, I would say why I would let you know. The Schengen area or the European Union area has been in a very the turbulent is not the right word. It's a very confused weather kind of a state wherein there have been snowfalls, there have been flight delays and
Right.
everything. And if you kind of go back towards the Southeast Asian nation, right now the tropical weathers, you will see some kind of smaller tropical storms or something like that,
Right.
which will cause the flight delays to happen.
Correct.
Now, as a user, I can easily go back and say that, hey, it's a storm. What's kind of gonna be kind of delaying the flight out at?
Right.
But it's a storm, and and these can be unpredictable. These can kind of increase your flight time. This can kind of will make you miss your connections, or they can
True.
do multiple things in your travel itinerary.
True
And
that.
that is where the importance of travel insurance comes into the play.
Hmm.
So that is where the travel insurance kind of comes and helps you out. So
Right.
that is where I kind of always recommend, however small or long your trip is, travel
Mm.
insurance is a partner that you shouldn't kind of let go of.
That's a very interesting point. And taking up on that point, how can one decide how much of a travel insurance coverage is sufficient for them?
See, Sid, if I am a younger, so I'm right now 40.
Right.
If I was a little more younger, say around 25, 30, with, say, just traveling with my wife,
Hmm.
about $50,000 of a sum assured is kind of a sufficient amount for me.
Right.
Plus, you also need to look at the cost of healthcare in the country that you're traveling to. For
Right.
example, if I'm traveling to, say, a Thailand, I'm traveling to a Vietnam, or say Indonesia, Bali is now a destination which is kind of preferred by a lot of tourists, or even in India.
Right.
$50,000 to, say, about $100,000 is a sufficient amount.
Right.
But if I'm traveling towards the European Union, or if I'm traveling towards the States,
Hmm.
you should look at about having a health cover of about, say, $500,000, or at the minimum about $150,000. That's what you kind of need to
Ah.
start looking at towards it.
And a lot of my friends are talking about this cashless claim facility. Is that also available in travel insurance as well?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, that few insurers offer it. No, that none of the insurers right now in the UAE offer it.
Oh,
So that's the game. But what we're trying to do right now is that we are working with insurers in
right.
multiple spaces of fields. We will have a couple of new products from RAC and from a Union Insurance as well that are going up live on our website in the next few days itself, or the next few weeks itself.
Okay.
And you would see that such specialized products are available only to us. And these products would include the travel for one of your most loved family member who's always left behind when you kind of plan to travel. That's your pet.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
so that we will have pet travel insurance. So we will also see that there's a lot of travel towards the Mecca region during the Hajj and Umrah time. Sorry, the
Correct.
Umrah is 3 but Hajj time. So we
Right.
will have a new product from Black Insurance on the Hajj and Umrah side as well. So
Right.
you will see a lot of inquisitive products kind of attuned towards what the tourists or people are traveling towards, kind of being built across and being launched on the website.
So make sure that you log on to Policybazaar.ae. All right. You touched upon the topic of how travel insurance, wherever you are traveling, it can help you out. And quite a lot of places, they are undergoing political unrest as well, right? So how can travel insurance help us there?
So the travel insurance can help in a number of ways over there. A is basically that if you're traveling to this country and your flights are cancelled,
Yeah.
right? Basically, what we see a lot of airlines, irrespective of our favorite Emirates and Etihad, don't offer you a lot of refund policies, and those even those refund policies for other airlines are
Right.
not very kind of consumer friendly. So, in
Yes.
case of a flight cancellation, you kind of are immediately reimbursed for your flight. So, basically, the money that you've paid for your flight at least come back. So the
Mm.
emotional trauma of not being able to grow is kind of somehow softened by at least that your financial kind of well-being is taken care of.
True.
Then the
True.
other piece is if you're traveling towards a little distant or a little unsafe kind of a country, I don't remember the name as of now,
Yeah.
and if you kind of you lose your passports or say a packet of currency or something like that because of a pickpocketing or something, your
Correct.
baggage kind of also kind of comes under the claim over there. So
Okay.
these kind of things are where the travel insurance kind of comes and helps you out.
Right. Okay. And finally, what is the maximum coverage amount for travel insurance? And also, is there a limit to the number of times that one can avail the benefits under one insurance policy?
See, technically, you users like us, you and me, we don't travel a lot. Whenever we travel to different destinations. We don't kind of repeat our destinations,
True
right?
that.
So what we can do is we can take an annual insurance policy, annual travel insurance policy, which ensures
Oh,
that you are covered for 90 days of the year, 90 to 180 days of the year, depending on the insurer that you kind of choose. And
right.
over there, you can do multiple kind of claims. But in the case of a single travel insurance, you
Hmm.
end up kind of only claiming once, because after that, you know what's kind of has gone wrong. Because if your passport gets stolen once, you'll be kind of doubly sure as to what's kind of be happening the next time around. Or
True.
even if you are sick, technically would want to come back to your home nation and kind of take care of yourselves over there.
Very interesting and a very insightful segment. Thank you so much, Anuj. And Avi, let's dive right into our next segment, which is Ask Away. Now, here we take up FAQs by our lovely listeners and we respond to them with help of our experts. So, if you too are an inquisitive and a curious learner like myself, and you've got questions about finance, about insurance, then you don't need to hesitate. Just ask away. Slide into our DMs on Instagram, follow us at Policybazaar.ae, or reach out to us via any of our social media channels, and we'll try our best to answer your questions in the next episode. So, today, we'll be taking up travel insurance related questions that we've received in our inbox. So, Anuj, ready with our askaways?
Absolutely. Looking forward.
Okay. So, first question is coming in from Merum. She's asking if anyone wants to travel this year, how much of an advance planning does one need to do? And is there a checklist that you follow?
So the advanced planning part is the most funny part. This is the only form of travel insurance that you can buy before you step inside your airplane, before you're kind of taking towards the skies. So
Oh,
that's what you need
brilliant.
to ensure of. So you basically can buy it at the airport itself,
Hmm.
because the time of purchase also kind of defends will also impact your kind of claim process. So for
Right.
example, if I'm traveling to the UAE and I have kind of not bought the plan in, say, Delhi airport from where I'm traveling, and I buy it
Mhm.
once I land into the UAE, an insurer can ask for more documents with regards to my flight tickets and my travel details, and has the authority to cancel my claim because I've kind of not taken it before boarding the flight to the UAE.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's the kind of the shorter duration that you need to kind of buy a health insurance, sorry, your travel insurance for.
Right.
Technically, travel insurance is a 4-minute process on any site that you would want to kind of choose, be it Policy Bazaar or be it any other insurer that you want to choose from.
Right.
You kind of are asked basic details with regards to your passport number, your flight number, and you
Hmm.
need to make a payment. That's all about it. There is nothing more rocket science in the product that you have to be aware about. The
Correct.
only thing that you need to be aware about is the inclusions of your product. If you're
Hmm.
choosing a smaller sum assured, say for example $50,000, it
Right.
is most likely you're not, it will be covering your baggage losses, your baggage delays, or your flight delays. It will only cover emergency medical care. So that is what you
Right.
need to what you're able to kind of getting your coverage for. So that's the only checklist that you need to follow.
Interesting. Merum, hope you got your answer. Now, Amir has another question. He's saying, "Ke, are there any add on availables to enhance the travel insurance coverage?"
There are multiple travel add-ons available,
Hmm.
and one of them is the pet travel insurance, basically
Okay.
wherein you're able to add up to two pets, either a dog or a cat, and there are certain number of breeds defined by the insurers as to not all breeds are allowed across the globe.
Okay.
So they kind of define those breeds over there, and you can kind of add your pet as an add-on over there in the product. Then
Right.
there is something very interesting known as a travel delay pass. Now, what a travel delay pass is, it defines that if your flight is delayed by more than, say, a 90 minutes or a 180 minutes, and if
Uh-huh.
you've bought this travel delay pass, you immediately get the claim amount reimbursed in your account in terms of the coverage that is available. That is
Oh,
there. There is
interesting.
an adventure sports kit. So not all plans cover the adventure sports, but there is an add-on available. So in case you're going to the Aspens or you're going towards the higher ups in the Europe to kind of go and ski, you
Mm-hmm.
can kind of take this pass, and in case there is something that happens during that skiing trip to you, that's kind of reimbursable over there. Then there is a baggage cover excess. So in case you're carrying further more important documents that you believe are gonna be worth, say, a millions of dollars, you kind
Mm-hmm.
of take this kind of cover pass, and it kind of helps you kind of make enhance your travel insurance coverage while not impacting your overall kind of premiums out over there. So these are the kind of the add-ons that are available to you as an individual that you should be always aware about.
Uh-huh. So, quick question. Are there only two pets as of right now which are allowed, or are there more? Just the dogs and the cats?
There are only two pets. Yeah, that's the dogs and cats.
Okay. Coming from UAE, I had to ask that. Okay. Third question is coming in from Mirza, and he's asking, can I travel to the UAE without travel insurance?
See,
Ooh.
you can travel to the UAE, but there is always a health insurance that's given to you at the time you apply for a visa itself.
Right.
That visa in itself is your basically basic COVID cover that kind of the government has mandated for you to buy. So
Correct.
technically, there is no way that you can enter into the UAE without a travel insurance. You basically have a basic COVID cover available to you. The travel insurance further enhances that cover to all much more things like a baggage loss, emergency thing,
Hmm.
evacuation, and all that thing more can kind of get added into the whole ecosystem over there. So that is there. In case you would kind of counter us and say that I already have a residency visa, then if you have a residency visa, then you mandatorily need to have a health insurance over here, because if you don't, you kind of are
True.
looking at fines at tunes of multiple thousands of dirhams.
True. Very true. Very true. So, either which ways, you have the insurance. You do have the insurance.
Yes.
All right. Next question is Hafisa's question, and she wants to know which is the most comprehensive plan in the market right now for travel insurance.
See, Hafiza, it's a good question, but I can't honestly kind of come back and kind of give you one name, because
Hmm.
almost all insurers, be it Orient, Allianz, Alliance, Union, they all have multiple variants of product.
Right.
It's you as a consumer who you need to see as to what kind of coverages and premium suits you the most. So that is where the comprehensive kind of comes across. And especially if you're looking at the most basic rung or the $50,000 product, they are your not your most comprehensive products. Those are your base products that you need to run away from and not run towards. The premiums are such that you would be very attracted to them, but
Hmm.
the coverage will be such that you will be kind of thinking, kind of, as to why did I buy this product out.
And that's a very important point, especially when you are traveling and when you don't know people around you and all of those things happening.
Correct. So see, what I've learned over here in the UAE is that all of us over here staying in the UAE are deal hunters, because there are so many deals available to
True.
you as a consumer,
Very
from
true.
a DSF, every kind of thing. We kind of have some kind of a sale happening here and there, and
Absolutely.
we tend up kind of looking at the price as the most deciding factor. The price is not always the deciding factor. We
Correct.
need to consumers to kind of look at it, especially looking at the price for a service that we can kind of which will help us in the long run and not in the short term. If
Very
it's
well
looking
said.
for buying, say, a candy bar from somewhere, I would want to look at buy one get one as an offer versus a no offer. But if I'm looking at an insurance or a car or something else, it has to be always look at the most from the coverages point of view than anything else.
True that. Well said. And that's the reason why he is our expert. Now, finally, Jamal has a question and he wants to know, I want to buy insurance from Policy Bazaar UAE. Can you please provide some guidance?
So, Jamal, when you're looking at buying insurance from Policybazaar.ae, this is the only product on our website where you do not have a kind of a customer support service kind of to help you through the buying process. So, we are over here at the customer's mercy to kind of choose the right product for him. While the platform will always urge you to make the right purchase, you as a customer need to compare the multiple offerings available to you over there. There
Mhm.
is a compare button tab which helps you compare about three insurance products. So
Right.
before you go and buy out the product, use that compare tab, use the power generated by the compare tab to look at in parallel as to what are the inclusions in various products. And once
Mhm.
you have done, only then make a purchase out. There are cheaper products available on policybazaar.ae, and we would be okay even if you buy that. But
Right.
for us as a consumer, that may not be the best product. That's all the advice I would want to give you right now.
All right, Jamal, we hope you got your answer. Now, this brings us to the end of this segment, but don't go just yet. If you also have some questions about financial wellness and insurance, then simply ask away. DM us on Instagram, follow Policybazaar UAE, or reach out to us via any of our other social media channels, and we'll try our best to answer your queries in our next episode. For now, I hope we're updated with our travel insurance knowledge. Also, here's some very exciting news for our dear listeners. Policybazaar.ae is thrilled to present Winsurance, your ticket to safeguard yourself and your loved ones, all while winning exciting prizes. When you purchase any insurance policy worth 500 dirhams or more, you can qualify for our raffle draw and stand a chance to win an iPhone 15 every week, along with the daily vouchers of 1,000 dirhams. So, are you ready to be a winner? Don't miss out on the excitement. Log on to Policybazaar.ae now and seize your opportunity to win big. Hurry, offer is valid from the 5th of February to the 8th of March only. We'll meet again in the next episode with more informative and insightful content along with our lovely experts. For now, though, thank you so much for this delightful conversation about travel insurance, Anuj. Always a pleasure to have you on board.
Thank you guys for having me again on the show.
We wish you the very best along with our lovely listeners. And that's it for today's episode. See you in the next one. Till then, take care and bye-bye.
You were listening to Policybazaar.ae's The Policy Project. We've got you covered.